Assalamu alaikum guys, I hope you're doing great. Today we are going to talk about the first lesson in Sunrise 12, which the first lesson is about giving advice and giving instruction. Why we use giving instruction or giving advice in English? For example, you want to tell your friend to do something. For example, your friend is sick. You will say, you have to go to see the doctor. This is called an advice. Advice in English. Today we have some rules for the advice form. So what's advice? Here, let's see the pronunciation of the advice. Here, it's a noun. Whenever you see advice by C plus E, advise, you have to pronounce it like this. It's advise, okay? But for this one, you have to say advise, z. It's a z sound in British. For example, it's advise. Look at here, it's advise. And also we have instruct and instruction. Let's see how to pronounce that one. It's instruct. Instruct. This one is really important for the sounds. That U is pronounced as Instruct. Instruct. Instruction. Instruction is a noun form of instruct. And how many rules do we have for the advice? And let's see. Guys, look at here. And I'm going to make a diagram for you. The first one, let's see. This is advice. And how many rules do we have? We have 2 rules. We can say that. We have in advice we use modal verbs. For example, we have some modals with 2 and some of the modals we don't use it to. For example, let's see. Some modals with 2. This one, the first one is have to. This is modal with 2. And also we have need to. And then we have, for example, it's ought to. It's not out, it's ought to. Okay? It's ought to. Guys, here. And also, do we have anything else? Yes, of course. We have has to or needs to. And finally, we have had to for the past form. Let's see and let's explain them. We have some modals with to and we have some modals without to. For example, we have must, should, and had better. In American they say had better, but it's in British it's had better. It's better, guys. Let's see. We have some modals to and we have some modals without to. For example, let's explain them. We use, for example, have to, need to, ought to, has to, needs to, and had to in advice. Has to for what? We use has to and needs to for the singular nouns, for the singular subject. It's singular subjects. And have to for the plural and need to for the plural. Okay, it's plural. Yeah. And here we have the plural subject, have to, need to, ought to, then. It's followed by them. How about, for example, has to and needs to? We use it for the singular nouns. And how about had to? However, we don't have any questions on it in ministerial questions, but we use had to for the past form, okay? We use it for the past form, for the past simple form. For example, you would say, I had to study for my exam. That's why I got failed. Here, with this kind of modal verbs, you know that, we use modal. Modal, and after modal, what kind of verb that I have to use? We have to use verb base here. It's a base form, guys. It's a base form. Here, it's the same for must, should, had better. Guys, be careful, be careful, be careful. It's really important. We don't use with must, should, had better. Whenever you see an option with to, in that case, it's wrong. You have to be careful. And we have to use what? What kind of verb? We have to use base form here. It's must, should, had better. And what's the abbreviation of had better? It's D plus better. It's the same for had better. It's equal, just like that. Had better, or you can say with better, just like that. How to make them into the negative form? If we change these part into negative, for example, if we change have to into negative or need to into negative, we have to say don't. We have to add don't before have to and need to. We have to say you don't have to or you don't need to. How about ought to? Should I say you not ought to? Or should I say I don't ought to? No, it's wrong. Be careful. We have to add not for here. Not for here. We have to say, sorry about that. Let's see. It's not. We just make it negative by that. We have to say ought not to. Ought not to. We just change it into negative form, just like that. How about has to and needs to? For has to, we have to say she doesn't have to. And for needs to, also we can say she doesn't need to. We don't have to say she doesn't need to. At that time, it's wrong. This is a wrong option. How about must, should, had, better? How to change them into negative? I hear most of the students, they say hadn't better or you don't must. It's wrong, guys. We have to make it negative by in the final position. For example, we have to must into mustn't. Most of the students, they say mustn't. It's not mustn't, it's mustn't. In British, we say mustn't. Be careful. And should, we have to say must into must not or should, shouldn't. And had better, we have to say had better not. If you see any options like that, had not better, this one is wrong. Be careful about that. Hadn't better is wrong. We have to say had better not. It's just like that. Let's see some examples for that. For example, you know that these are called modal verbs, okay? These are called modals. After modals, we have to use base. We have to use what? We have to use base. In the options, if you see ed, it's wrong. ing, it's wrong again. Verb past or pp, it's wrong. And noun, it's wrong again. You have to be careful about the advice and to tell your friend to do something. Guys, here we have some notes that I told you in the questions. Let's see how to identify the right answer or the wrong answer. Here, whenever you see you has to, it's wrong. You see you needs to, it's wrong again. He don't need to, we don't use he with don't. Okay, that's why C is wrong. And had not better, it's wrong again. And ought to not, it's totally wrong. Be careful about these options if you see. Whenever you see, as I told you, must, should, had better with to, that option is wrong. You not better, as I told you, it's wrong again. Let's see and let's do some examples together. For example, the first one, you blank hospital. It's have going. Why this one is wrong? We don't use ing with have. That's why A is wrong. And have to gone. Have to is correct. We use have with you. But gone is a PP. It's not a base form. That's why B is wrong again here. Let's see. This is have to go. Yes, you have to go to hospital. Yes, it's right. But have went is right? No, because went, it's a past verb. It's not a PP or past participle. That's why D, you have to take out D. Let's see the second one. It's first. You. You is a plural subject. We don't use has to with you. That's why A is wrong. And how about have to? Have to, yes, it's right. Here we have a base form. Yes, of course, it's right. And had to is grammatically correct. But if you see, first you blank turn left, then you will see it. Will is for future, but had is for past. That's why C is wrong. Why D is wrong? Can you tell me why D is wrong? D, it's wrong because we have to here. We don't use to with must. Must doesn't, or we can say doesn't followed by to. That's why D is wrong. Let's see the third one. You must blank in a landing card. Here it's must. After must, we have to use, for example, base. Do you think this one is base? No, of course. How about this one? It's ed form. That's why B is wrong. How about C? It's failing. No, it's an ing form. That's why C is wrong. And D is the right answer. Here we have so many questions, but I leave you for you. And here, let's see, we have some problems and solutions that we have in giving advice. And whenever you are late to school, what's your advice? For example, your friend is late for school. What's your advice? You will say, you have to take a taxi. You have to go by the first bus. Or you can say, wake up early. Try to wake up early. In that case, you have to say, you must wake up early. How about if a person, of your student, have an exam or test, or he said, I'm weak at, for example, biology, I'm weak at, for example, chemistry. In that case, you would say, try to study hard. Try to study hard. How about if a person is sick or patient? If somebody said, I don't feel well, what's your advice for him, for her? In that case, you have to go to see the doctor. You have to go to hospital. Whenever your friend is complaining about this room is hot, what's your advice? You have to say, take off your jacket or try to open the window. This is for advice. And how about cold? If a person of your friend, your sister, for example, your brother said, this room is really cold, what's your advice? You have to say, put on your jacket, or you can say close the window. Close the window because it's really cold. How about if a person lost his, for example, wallet, his mobile? In that case, you have to tell him, try to go to the police. Guys, it's not police, it's police. Here we don't have O sound, we have schwa sound. In that case, it's schwa sound. Here, somebody said, we have no food, we have no vegetable at home in the refrigerator. In that case, you have to say, you should go to supermarket. It's not a supermarket, it's in British, they say supermarket, okay? Supermarket, just like that. It's market, it's art sound. This is art, it's a long art sound here. And this is the same for all of them that we have. For example, somebody has no money, you have to say, go to the bank to take out some money. This is all about the advice. Let's see some examples that we have in ministerial questions. The first one, somebody said, I haven't been feeling well for a while. What's your advice? You have to visit your teacher? No, it's wrong. I'm sick. B, you should go and see the doctor? Yes, it's right. Somebody said I'm not feeling well. How about C, you ought to go to the supermarket? This one is wrong again. You'd better tell no and not to tell anyone. Why? I'm sick. If I don't tell anyone, I'm gonna die. Number 2, choose a suitable advice for someone who is very late to school. In that case, your friend is late for school. What should he do, or what should... Here, let's see the options. You need to go to the supermarket. If you are late, not go to the supermarket. B, you should take a taxi. Yes, of course, I should take a taxi. How about the third one? You have to do your revision first. This is really, really wrong. How about D? It's too wrong. D, you must taking a taxi. Taking a taxi is a solution for someone who's late for school. But we don't use must with ing. We don't use, for example, must didn't followed by ing form. That's why D is wrong. Here, let's see the third one. You'd better try again and again. Can you tell me what the sentence expresses? You would say, whenever we have had better plus base and the subject is you, in that case, it's an advice. It's not certainty, it's advice. It's not a reported speech or a reported advice, and also it's not a passive voice. B is the right answer. Be careful. Okay, number 4, I have no food in my house and my friends are coming to visit. What should I do in that case? Then you blank to the supermarket. Here we have, for example, need to go. Yes, you need to go to the supermarket. Here, grammatically it's wrong because it's have plus base, it's wrong. Must plus went, it's wrong again because went is a past verb, it's not a base verb. And here, should gone, it's wrong again. We have to put base after should, not a PP or past participle form. That's why A is right. Number 5, we are all different, so you blank for yourself. In that case, we have a plural subject and should decide, yes, it's modal and plus base, it's right. How about this one? It's a modal plus decision. Decision is a noun form, just like television, vision, revision, just like that. S-I-O-N is a sign of noun. It's not a sign of base. That's why B is wrong. We don't use must with should here. We cannot use two modals after each other. And here it's have decided to. It's really complex. And have decided is wrong because we have to write down decided. Okay? Have decided, not have plus base, and then we have to. Number 6, can you do with me? Find the wrong one out. Find the wrong one out. Let's see. The subject is you. You should see your doctor. It's correct grammatically because it's a modal and here it's a base. You has to. You is a plural subject and has 4 singular subjects. We don't use you with has to. That's why this one is wrong. And the order of the questions, it's asked for the wrong one. That's why B is wrong. Let's see the other options. You had better forget. This one had better plus base, it's right. Here you had better forget about it now and try again later. Number 4, so all of them are wrong. No, it's B. Here we have to choose the option B as a right answer. And let's see number 7. My guests are coming tonight. We don't have any food in the fridge. What should I do in that case? My friends are coming or my guests are coming. Somebody said you should plus base. You should go and see your doctor. It's correct grammatically, but by them, if we respond that one by the meaning, this one is wrong. If you have no food, you don't need to go to see the doctor. That's why A is wrong. B, you need to buy some fruit. By the meaning, it's right, but grammatically, we don't use ing after to. That's why B is wrong. Here we have only one option here. It's you must go to the supermarket. Here it's C, right? That's why D is wrong again. C is the right option, be careful. Number 8, when I give an advice to your sister, I will say to her. Here, you should to have. You is plural, should is modal, but it's a modal without to. That's why to is wrong. We don't use should with to. Be careful about that. This one is wrong. Number 2, you need to come again later. You need to is right. You is plural. Need has no, for example, s. It's not needed. If it's needed, it's wrong. You need to come again later. It's grammatically correct. How about this one? She is a singular noun, a singular subject. Have is for plural. That's why C is wrong here. D, your brother have to visit the department. What should I do in that case? We have to say, your brother is singular noun, okay? It's a single. But have to is for plural. That's why D is wrong. If I say your brothers, in that case, it's right. But for this case, your brother have to is not allowed. It's wrong again. And number 9, choose the correct form of advice. Choose the correct form of advice. Here, you have to go and check the sitting. You is plural. Has to for, it's for singular nouns. That's why it is wrong. B, my suggestion is to tie it there. Do you think we have is to, or we say have to, need to, ought to, and needs to, had to, or something like that? We don't have is to in advice. That's why B is wrong. You need to check here. If you see, it's you for plural, need to, and checked. Here it's we have to, and we have to write down the base form, not ed form. That's why C is wrong again. Here I'm gonna say none of them are correct. None of them are correct. Guys, we have so many examples for that. Let's see the last year's questions about giving advice that we have it in the questions. Number 13, choose the correct form of advice. Just try to say, in advice we have some models with to and some models without to, okay? Just like, for example, must, should, and had better. Some models with to and some models without to. Let's see. This is advice form. You need to lit a candle. If you see that, what's the base form of lit? It's light, lit, lit. It's lit here. It's a past verb, it's not a base verb. That's why A is wrong. B, you had better to. You know that you can use with had better. Yes, it's right. But to is wrong. Why? Because we don't use to with had better. We don't use to with must, should, had better. In that case, B is wrong. How about C? You should try and did your best. Guys, look at here. This is try and did. Try is a base form, but did is a past verb. That's why this one is wrong, because we cannot put two types of, for example, tense together, a present and a past verb. For example, whenever you see and in the options, whenever you see and, this one, if it's this one is base, this one should be base. This one is an ing form, this one is ing form again. This one is a pp, this one is a pp again. If it's, for example, past simple, this one must be past simple again. Okay? We have to make a balance between these two kinds of verbs. For example, in the other side is it's base in the side, and the other side must be base again. It's ing, the other side must be ing. Whenever we have pp, the other side must be pp. You have to know that about this note. Here, the last one is the correct answer that we have. None of them are correct. Here, number 14, we have that question in 2022 in the first term. Here, let's see. This one you ought to is right until here, but we don't use, guys, be careful. We don't use to plus not. Okay, it's wrong. We have to say you ought not to. Don't say you ought to not. That's why A is wrong. How about B? As I told you, you hadn't better. I told you, you had better not. Don't say you hadn't better. That's why B is wrong, okay? How about C? It's you has to. You, it's for plural, but you has to, it's for singular noun, singular subjects. That's why C is wrong again here. How about D? It's you. Yes, we can use with should. Yes, right. And after should, what do we have? We have keep. Keep is base. That's why you should keep everything tidy and ready to use. That's why D is the right answer. Guys, this is all about the advice and giving advice form and giving advice lesson. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learn a lot from my videos. Inshallah, until the next video, I'm back again with lots of useful videos for you, and I will be with you till the end of our course book here. And I hope you subscribe my channel, and I hope you have a great time, and I'll see you soon.